and farther than most of us came. It's all great to see everybody here, right? So, I'd like to take this to welcome Kathy to our family. Makes us all happy. Couldn't be any better than this. Cheers. 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 And I know for a fact that they're going to be happy for quite some time.
We went last week, it's only been 10 years.
See how the vacation goes. But rather than that, thank you for coming. Everybody have a good night. This is to them.
To them. Tastes really bad.
We've known Gary for what, about 10 years now, I guess. And during that time, we found Gary to be a very kind, loving, giving individual. And the more we got to know him, the more we liked him. And I think it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I think Laura Lee and I started to realize that I think maybe this is going to be permanent. You know, we can sort of see it coming. You know? And sure enough, it wasn't more than a couple of years after that that Gary and Kathy announced that it was going to become permanent. So anyway, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome Gary to our family, and we look forward to, I was going to say, many years for the rest of our lives, knowing you guys as a team. So all the best. Just one more thing I'd like to say is, Randy pointed out we travel quite a distance. I think it should also be pointed out that Gary's parents, Al and Judy, went to a great deal of work and effort to make this they were backed up by Randy and help me out. Michelle. Yeah. So special thanks to them as well for making this day happen. So welcome to our family, Gary.
Well, that's about it for now. We're going to have a smoke break, and then we're going to
Ditto. No, hey, I appreciate everybody coming from so far and coming to the small town Saskatchewan in a rainstorm and thunderclouds. But it's kind of cool to get all the family under one roof. Like, it's people we haven't seen in a lot of years here that have made the trip under bad conditions, jobs, and whatever have you, right? Like, it's pretty amazing that we can actually all spin it together and we're here. I'd just like to say thank you. Cheers to us.
Just to do back up history a actually insisted that I go meet my son, go out with him, whatever. I'm like, no, I'm in Fort McMurray for 1 year. I'm going back to Edmonton. Not going to get in a relationship. Anyways, long story short, we went to the Fort Mac trade show and I met him. And then he started to wait in the parking lot after work and bring me coffee. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's around again. But the best part was when I first asked Judy, well, Grady, well, what does your son do? Well, the response was, well, he just came to town. He does nothing right now. He sits on our couch. Like, dinner. But no, he had actually just got laid off from another mine, and obviously being in Fort Mac in the oil boom town where we live, he was just waiting to get on there. So it's been great. He kept me in Fort Mac for 10 years. My plan was 2. So we're there, and it's been awesome. I've got a wonderful family, and apparently I'm now part of the wolf pack. Awesome.
Now there's more to my wolf pack.
That's right, there's more to it. And the only other time that really stands out in my mind is, like my dad mentioned a few years ago, we did decide to make it official. It kind of happened, I went away for 2 weeks to Vancouver to a course. And when I came back off the plane, I got proposed to, so that was pretty nice.
Wow.
So that's kind of how it happened in a nutshell. But again, thank you everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. You're here for a special day, and hope everybody has a few dances and drinks with us. And
More small thing here. You know, I was referring to when she was away, some of the things Gary did. Another little stuff that Gary pulled when she was away. He got on the phone one day, long distance to Ontario, and talked Kathy's mom and Carrie into moving out here as well. And I think we're all sure glad that he did that. And as a result, you know, after many years of Kathy and Gary not seeing their mom that often, they see them now on a regular basis. So, thank you for that.
Okay. I still want to say it until I have a few drinks.
Thanks for your time. It's okay.
To me, one is a few. I met Kathy at work. I worked at the store where she came to work at. And about 3 weeks after she was there, we had a big staff party, and there was this poor young thing living in a hotel. And I thought, you know, I got this house. I live right across the street from work. Come on, Kathy, come in and move in. So Kathy moved in, and we had a pretty cool time. And she wasn't leaving. Out with Gary, she wasn't leaving. And Gary lived with his mom and dad, so there wasn't much chance there. I have a rule in my house: if I'm not getting in, nobody is. So it wasn't long that a little nudge, and they finally moved in together. And this is what happened.